Welcome back for another episode of the Dope Stroke Podcast Show. This one is the last episode of the year. So 2025 is very steadily coming to a close. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. Everyone's getting ready for the new year. And we felt that today was a great opportunity to have a nice look back of what's happened in the world of golf and the business of golf in 2025. But I tell you who's going to be controlling this conversation from here on in, the one and only Mr. Chris Ryan. He is going to walk us through all of the awards, and we're going to talk about these points in every specific detail appropriate to make sure that we validate who wins each section. So over to you, Chris. Tell us what you got.
Over to me first. I just want to say...
I knew. You can't help yourself. You just cannot help yourself. I didn't say over to Troy, did I? I said over to Chris.
It's a goddamn podcast, Jesus. And I hate your boring intros. So let me just tell you now.
Boring intros. 47... But I'm going to redo the intro. I would keep us all going. I'm redo the intro. Welcome back for another episode of the Trotty Golf Show. Here we are with Mr. 47, not the President of America, but Chris Trott himself. Over to you, Trotty.
Okay, a couple of things. Shout out for my new hat. Anyone watching on YouTube, new hat. You think, like, looking at this, it's a shaka. It's actually a golf club with fingers coming off of it. It's come from my mate Dean Wilson, who's moved to Hawaii. So thank you, Dino. Dean Wilson Foundation. Get that down in the description, Loza. Let's get a job for you to do as well. Link it up to Dean Wilson's social medias, please. Then, second thing I want to say, this was the funniest pre-green room of the podcast we've had so far. I just want to make a timestamp here. I was actually organised today with a microphone and the camera and a microphone. And these two clowns, Daryl couldn't find which button to press. Heard that before. Even Mr. Chill himself was flapping around trying to get organised. Now he's got the camera up his schnoz. Look how close that is.
Can't get it further away. Can't get it further away.
We are in the turkey teeth this week. So tell us what we got going on, turkey lad.
Well, I'm lost now after that intro and then the second intro and then Trotty and then the hat.
Award goes for Piss Taker of the Year, right? It's got to be Trotty.
Yeah.
That's nice, doing it. Hat's nice.
For the first award is going to be for the person that speaks the most on podcasts in 2025. So there's no nominees for that one, is there? But in all seriousness, it's the end of the year, so we're doing the Dope Stroke Show Awards. I'm a little disappointed that we've not all rocked up in like dicky bows and black tie. I thought it was going to be official, but it's not. But I'm thinking if we start this, maybe next year, maybe not next year, but like 2027, 2028, the tour players will be itching to get themselves onto this list and win the awards. So I don't know if we've got any of these nominees coming onto the podcast today. No?
It depends if you turn up your goddamn intros. If your intros keep as shite as they are now, then no one will be coming on.
You do them, yeah? You do them.
I told you to introduce this one.
So let's get things started. So I've got, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 categories. We'll talk through those. We'll pick some winners, and then obviously we can throw it out to if there's any other categories you want to go with. So let's start with an easy one. I don't think we need any nominees for this. We're going to go Team of the Year. Go. Easy.
Oh, it can only be one, right?
Yeah.
Team of the Year.
I can't think of anyone else. Obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah, clearly on US soil. I mean, there's no contest.
I mean, hang on. Are there a lot of these, or are these like rapid fire, or we having a little deep?
No. They're all. We can debate them all. Obviously, the first one there is pretty easy. I mean, there's only, there wasn't the Solheim Cup this year. There wasn't a President's Cup, so it's basically going to be Team Europe and Team USA. So, but I mean, the debate here. I mean, could they be Team of the Decade in golf? Because I mean, well, Team of the Century to go and win there in New York with that crowd, with that pressure, back to back.
They had a bad last day, didn't they? You got to.
You still got to get it over the line. It's a tournament over a number of days, right? You got to see it to the end. Doesn't matter how you got there, so long as you get there. The win's the win.
But I mean, if you look at the media and how they handled themselves, I thought they did fantastic there. Look, I'm going to jump ahead on this, so I'm going to be careful how I answer it. But Rory was instrumental in that victory. I know Shane was too, but Rory was freaking ridiculous. And obviously Fitzpatrick on the final day, if he'd have taken down Bryson, that would have been pretty. Wasn't he like 5 up or something?
Oh, he was way up, wasn't he? And then he pulled him right back. Did he get half, Bryson? Or did he get the win?
We need to, Loza, we need to check that. Let's get Lauren's got
Yeah.
2 jobs now. 1, Dean Wilson in the description. 2, what was the singles result for Fitzpatrick and Bryson? I think he lost on the last.
I think he lost on the last as well.
I think he did. And he was up by a significant amount early doors as well, like 6-7 holes up. He was like 5 up through 7 or something silly like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's one player you don't want to be up against that many, it's Bryson, because you get the feeling he's going to get the bit between his teeth when he's down, and he's going to keep pushing and pushing. So, all right, well, that brings us on to, so we'll go with Team Europe. They win the award for Team of the Year. Pretty obvious.
Easy.
So we'll stay on that topic. So the next award is going to be Player of the Ryder Cup. And I've got some nominees here. So Rory is nominated. He got 3.5 points, but as Trotty says, instrumental. Tommy Fleetwood got 4 points, so he's a nominee. And then Tyrrell Hatton got 3 points. And then for a bit of balance, Xander got 3 points and Cam Young got 3 points. I think Cam Young's in for a shout. Oh yeah, he was on the losing team, but he got 3 points. He was a rookie. Everyone around him was faltering. Everyone around him was flapping. They were losing, and he stepped up and he put 3 points on the board. So, yeah, it'd be dead easy to give it to a European. And obviously, Rory got more points and Tommy got more points. But what are you thinking of Cam Young? Big performance that was.
He was the one I was going to bring up and say, like, if you said Cam Young, you're not way off. I mean, I think that Cam Young has set himself up for an amazing 2026, an amazing one. I think, obviously, I've just Googled it as well, but Lauren's come up with a half for Fitzpatrick. So fair play. That ended up being a massive result. But for me, that teed him up for the next year. And I think to dive in and give you an answer, and I'll let Daryl go, but it comes down to 2 guys. And you could, like, Rahm was big as well, but he struggled, didn't he, I think, on the last day. Amazing. This was only like recently, and I'm struggling to remember the results. But I'd be like looking at Rory, because of what he had to endure with the fans. That was crazy. Obviously, and the beer getting thrown at his missus and whatnot, and just the way he handled the media. Or Lowry, just to make that putt was insane. But for me personally, I'd go with Rory. I think I'm so impressed with Rory. Like at the photo shoot the other day with TaylorMade, he was classy. He was really, really good. Really good. And I'm really happy for him that he's got this done with the majors. I was really stoked. I mean, I think it meant so much to him. He said it 2 years ago that he wanted it, and he got it. So I'm going Rory.
I think for me, it probably depends a little bit on what the main marker is, because if it's volume of points, then you're basically looking Fleetwood down the barrel there, which makes a lot of sense. But then I do think in terms of influence around everything, I'm struggling to look past Shane Lowry just because of how he tried to protect Rory from certain jeers that came from the crowd, how he got security involved in 1 or 2 incidents as well, what he said in the press conferences after. And after all of that, thinking about his teammates in the way that he did, to still go on to hold the putt at the end on the final round. I think for me, in terms of influence on the team, goes to Shane Lowry. But if you base it on individual playing performance, it would probably be between Cam Young and Fleetwood. But I think if I'm narrowing it down to one, I'm going Shane Lowry.
I think the tough part here is I've put player of the Ryder Cup, and we're not always privy to what goes on in the team rooms and how instrumental certain players were. Like I remember during the Ryder Cup just thinking that having Rose in the team room would be immense, super experience, but I've not got him on this shortlist. But I think when I've got Cam Young down as a big shout here because I think momentum is such a big thing. Mm-hmm. And when your team is losing heavily, the crowd are getting on your back, it's getting hostile, there's a lot of pressure to step up and put 3 points on the board when everyone around, when you look at your teammates, they're faltering. I think that's huge. But I just think, I don't know, if you're looking at player of the Ryder Cup, I don't think you can give it to someone on the losing team. And I would personally go, you got Tommy at 4 points, Rory at 3.5, but I'd probably go with Trotter and go Rory because I think putting 3.5 points up with the stick he was getting, with the abuse he was getting, with the targeted abuse from the US fans, plus the pressure of him being the best in Europe and everyone looking at him, I think I would go Rory for that one, but it's a close one.
Cool. That's good.
So 2-1, that's Rory. So let's stick on this one. Because Rory's going to be in this one with a shout as well. player of the year. So Rory obviously bagged a major, Grand Slam, but Scotty, 2 majors, best on the tour over the course of the season. What are we thinking?
Personally, I'm going Scotty all day. But I do think that moment of the year, if you had to split that out, is definitely Rory completing the Grand Slam. Obviously, winning the Ryder Cup on home
Don't jump
soil.
ahead. Don't jump ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, like the moment's different to the player of the year.
Stick to the script.
For me, Scotty's way ahead. All right, we'll follow the script, but Scotty's way ahead. That's my answer. 1, 2 majors. He's had a great year. Dominant world number 1. I mean, I can't even. I know you guys are going to debate it, but I don't see the point. I mean, Scotty Scheffler for me is miles ahead this year. If we base it solely on 2025, that's where he is.
I'm with you.
Great.
Yeah,
Trotty's trying to find a reason to argue because that's his nature.
I mean, he was crap in the Ryder Cup. Point number 1. He hasn't played outside of America. Like, you've had Rory go to India, and then he's gone to Australia. So to, like, develop and take the game on, he's won the hardest tournament of his life, and then he's basically led a team to win a Ryder Cup. I mean, are we just getting to the point where we're just, I get it, stats, data, blah, blah, but we're just getting to the point where we do everything off data, are we?
Well, I mean,
data, then yes,
you're the data king, aren't you?
I love data, but
Dazzler play golf in the UK and flew to America to play golf. That doesn't mean he's going to be player of the year, does it? Just because he flew to America. I don't think that really. I understand what you're saying, and like for the good of the game, yeah, doing what he's done is good. But the best player this year,
not a contest.
Scotty.
Just not a contest.
I think if Rory plays his best golf and Scotty plays his best golf, it's really close. I think Rory can edge him, but I think consistently over a year, I think Scotty's just got the edge in terms of level of performance. I just think the way he plays the game, he's so calculated and so different to what we see from Rory that I would give it to Scotty. But it's a close one. But I think world number 1, 2 majors, won the money list. Yeah, okay, he hasn't travelled outside the US, but
I think knowing that you're going on to give us moments of the year, because Daryl's ruined that little bit, I think you have to go with Scotty. You have to. But it's like, don't underestimate winning that freaking major.
Okay. Lauren, if you can, we've got about half hour left. If you can see if Scotty will come on, that'd be great. Just give him drop him an email. Just keep us updated.
And just make sure you let him know that Trotty doesn't rate him. Whoa, keep your head.
Yeah. Tell him, Trotty says he needs to organise himself a passport.
Yeah.
So he can
He's
travel.
not playing in India enough. We've got to get him to India like yesterday.
Okay.
2 freaking ambassadors for the freaking DP World Tour talking to me, you pair of tossers.
All right, next one.
I'm just trying to give you a bit of freaking debate, aren't I? It's like, who's best player in the world? Of course, it's Scotty Scheffler. You know what I mean? But we're trying to create a bit of a cliffhanger moment, aren't we? Fucking dickhead.
Okay, right. Next one.
Rory McIlroy.
Yeah. Most travelled golfer it was, no. We're going to go event of the year. And I've got this for Masters, Ryder Cup, and then I've also got US Open at Oakmont. I think that was pretty epic. It's an iconic US Open venue. It was tough. It was brutal. We had a new winner. We had a great putt on the last to win that. So I think those for me are the 3 tournaments that I think stood out for me as being the ones that I was kind of glued to the most. Masters, I love the Masters anyway. Ryder Cup is always going to get a lot of attention. And then I thought the US Open was a good one.
Masters.
Yeah.
I mean, that 60-foot putt at the US Open was filth. And the tee shot he hit down 17 and 18 was insane. And the little weather break where he then came back, ridiculous. But where was Adam Scott? I mean, Adam Scott is the billboard name on that leaderboard on Sunday. Where did you go, lad? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. You didn't fancy it. And then Victor Hovland as well. Like, where was he? So you get into a situation where I think you've got a guy who's managed himself the best, won it, created a fantastic situation, but doesn't rival the drama of the Ryder Cup, which was insane, which was partly made because of the venue. But I mean, the drama of Augusta and that whole, to hit those 2 tee shots up 18, that funnel twice, and then to hit one of the wedges in the playoff to like 2 feet, 3 feet, daft. And to do it against Rosie, you know that Rose ain't going to let up. You know he's not going to make a mistake. Just insane. And just the emotion and the celebration, just because it takes a few people to create a tournament of the year. And I think that everyone played their part at Augusta.
I think tournament of the year is, I have to agree with Trotty. He wants me to disagree with him, but I definitely agree with Trotty that it's Augusta. I think tournament, the drama down that final stretch during regulation play as well, where, McIlroy could have lost it, in those last couple of holes, but he managed to keep it together for the playoff and then obviously did the job that he needed to do in the playoff. I think the Masters is the one tournament that most of the golf world has spoken about for the rest of the year as well, because of the story that unfolded and how that's obviously had an impact on the game, with Rory being, another player that's completed the Grand Slam, one of only a handful. Like, that's a pretty impressive CV, and the story that unfolded thereafter is good. But I do think US Open's a shout out. I actually thought that the Players Championship was a bit of a shout out as well. Another event that McIlroy did well against JJ Spawn this year. But I do think Augusta's the standout tournament that has been spoken about all year, and probably will ramp up even more so going into next year to see if Rory can defend his title.
The Indian Open was a belter as well.
That was a cracker. It was really, really good. Really good. Irons off every tee, like real short, tight course, impressive.
Do you know what? I put the Indian Open on this list. There was going to be 4, but then I thought actually Scotty didn't play, so I crossed it out. I'm going with you. I think I'd put it as US Open third, Ryder Cup second, Masters first. I think the Ryder Cup's always going to be big. I think, look, we hadn't won it come Sunday, but it was obviously going to be really difficult for the US team to win it. I think for the Ryder Cup to have pipped the Masters, it would have needed to be really close throughout, like Friday, Saturday, like ebbs and flows. Because I think the Masters, the storylines out of that were huge. The fact that Rory obviously won the Grand Slam, but then it was a case of it was his to win. Then he threw it away with that wedge shot on 13. Then he pulled it back with that shot into 15. Then he threw it away again with that wedge shot into 18. And he had another chance. I just think the ebb and flow of that and the emotions, and then obviously to see him kind of hold that 2-footer and then fall to his knee. So I'm going Masters as well, best tournament of the year.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
What did you make of the protein bar that he ate from 17 to 18th tee in like milliseconds? Do you boys notice that? Did they cover that in the UK stuff?
No.
So I got to do some work with McIlroy on camera recently, and literally, first question I asked him was, "Is that the quickest protein bar you've ever eaten?" And he's like, "Do you know what?" And I was like, so he knew exactly what I was talking about. And I was like, "Go on." And he said, "I'd forgotten to eat it." He's something like, after the shot he hit on 15, in the excitement of the whole thing, he forgot to eat it. And I was like, but you literally inhaled it and then had a bottle of water on top of it before you hit maybe the hardest tee shot of your life. And he's like, yeah. He said, and I said, did you have it quickly because you thought it was like it might go to a playoff or something? He's like, no. My rhythm and my routine is that at that point I should eat that bar, and I hadn't eaten it. So then I just chomped it between the 17th green and the 18th tee. I was like, mate, I said, everyone was watching the golf and talking about that missed putt of Rosie's. I said, I was like, this is impressive. You're like one of them speed eaters with the sausage hot dog thing.
It wasn't one of those ones that you used to knock out on the tour van, was it, that you were telling us about?
Yeah.
Which ones are these now?
You've told it before the podcast. These, like, were they energy balls or protein balls? That you had on the...
Oh, those things where you chew them and you can't move your mouth.
Yeah, I think you used to like hand them out on the truck or something.
Yeah, it was something like Jason Day was into them, and they're like 1 million calories per like peanut ball, and it's like Jen's balls or something they were called. Some one of the caddies' wives or players' wives or some sort of manager's wife. She started this thing of like these peanut balls, and they'd come on the truck and she'd drop them in, mate. So you put one in your mouth and off you go, and you literally. Your mouth would be full of balls for like 20 minutes. You couldn't move. You're like, real good, that. I mean, you were ready to go for the afternoon after you'd had it, but it wasn't one of them. He'd still be chewing that now.
Dazzler, should we send a load to Trotty and get him to put one in before the podcast starts?
Yeah, let's see how fast he can down it. Let's do it.
See how great the podcast is with Daryl bumbling around trying to find the on button.
Oh, that was emotional. Let's not go there.
Okay, right. Next one. I've got 3 here, but I was struggling with these 3, so feel free to throw another nominee if you want. I've got best shot, but I'm going to put that as plural, so best shots. So I've got Rory 7-iron hook round the tree, 15th Augusta, like iconic shot that'll be played for years and years and years to come. It's a shame he missed the putt actually because it went to about 6 feet. So Rory 7-iron to 15 in regulation. I've got JJ Spawn's drive on 18 and approach and putt. That's why I put shots because that was a pretty epic hole. And then Shane's winning putt on 18th at Bethpage. So what are you thinking?
That's really hard.
For me, it is hard. I'm probably going to go with JJ Spawn, basically. Just the situation. I think everything that occurred, him being in the position that he's been, which he's not that familiar with, previous. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with JJ Spawn. Tough one, though.
So to give you spoiler alert here again, I asked Rory about that shot. And
Rory, friend.
Yeah.
Friend.
I'm a Rory guy. I don't know.
Get him on there. Get him on the pod.
Yeah. Not usually. I'm usually pretty mellow about it, but right now at this current moment in time, I'm a big Rory guy. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if I'm giving him every award, he's getting this one.
No kidding.
The pressure was higher for that golf shot. Also, he said to me, he aimed it at the trap. If he'd have left it in there, he knew it was in the trap, so he wasn't too concerned about that. So he made it out to be more chill than it was. But if you look at the stats and again go to percentages, the Lowry putt is 18 feet, 15 feet.
I don't know. Is that, maybe 15, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chance that. That's still, there's a solid % chance of him making that. The 60-foot putt is a 1% chance. That's just pure luck. But he had 2 putts, remember. But that one was more luck. But the Rory one, that's probably, a 10% chance hitting that shot? I think in the situation, it was more impressive.
I think you're probably looking at 10% to hit it from where he was on the green, to hit it to where he did hit it, which is 5 feet. I mean, you're probably looking at less than 1%.
Yeah. For me, it's him or Shane's putt.
I mean, I think if you change it to best hole, so that includes, JJ's drive, his approach, and his putt. I don't know. I sort of feel Rory's was impressive. That shot around the trees was massive, but he missed the putt, made birdie. So he could have made birdie from the bunker. He could have made birdie from over the green, and it was 15. He still had a few holes to play. So it wasn't as if he had to hit that to 16 and hold the putt. Whereas with Shane, it was getting to the point where he was on that 18th tee going, I have to birdie this hole for the whole continent of Europe here. If I hold this putt and make birdie, I will be talked about forever. If we lose this Ryder Cup, it will be talked about for the wrong reasons. So
Indian Open future invoice was on the hook.
Invoice.
I've gone Shane. And not for the putt. I've gone for the hole because I think playing that 18th hole, and it's not the most difficult hole, is it? It's a drive and it's a 90-yard wedge, and it's tight. But I just think with the way it was going on Sunday, and it was slipping away, and it was coming down to the last couple of groups, I think the pressure on him. The reason I've given it to him is because if Rory hadn't have hit that shot, there were still chances for him to make birdie. If Shane hadn't have birdied that hole, there's no more chances for him. So I just think I'd go Shane, but it's a tight one.
You've thought about this today? You've thought about that answer?
I have.
And have we all had different answers there?
Yep.
Daryl's was.
Are you happy with that?
No, yours was the weakest one. Yours was a crap answer.
I'm not bothered whether it's strong or weak. It's my opinion, isn't it? It's not your opinion. It's my opinion.
We're left on a cliffhanger here. We'll have to have Lauren chime in. Does she even watch any of this?
Jesus.
Go on then. Lauren can have the deciding vote.
Yeah. Trotty Dazzler.
She's just going to pick who she's going to pick the boss.
Yeah. I win.
She is soft. You are soft, Lauren. If this thing pops up, I'll pick Daryl. She is soft. That was predictable. Jesus Christ.
Fuck, he's got a good point. I like where she's going.
We'll just give 3 awards. It's fine. They can share it. They'll have it for 4 months each.
There you go.
So send it to JJ, and then Trotty, you know Rory. You can get him to send it to Rory, and then he can send it to Shane. We need to sort these awards out. Dazzler, get on that. What's it going to be? A little trophy?
Yeah, we'll send out little trophies, little gongs
off Hammersden.
Little mini Oscars, but we'll make them of something else, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we can do that.
All right, next one. Well, I've put best newcomer, but it's not a newcomer. I reckon the 2 nominees I've put are Cam Young, because he not a newcomer, but he burst onto the scene really. First Ryder Cup, I think he got his first win as well. So good year for him. Trotty's already spoken about him. And then I got Marco Penge, who had an amazing year on DP, but Trotty probably doesn't even know who he is, does he? Because it's DP.
European Tour, actually.
I knew you were going to say Marco Penge.
It's a good job. I said it. If it had been you, you'd have been like Pengy? Who's Pengy?
This Marco Pengy is going to bite me in the balls next year, isn't it? Because he's going to win a decent tournament, and you pair are going to keep this going and going and going.
Yep.
And then I love how you're calling a Ryder Cup player a newcomer. And then what you want me to go, oh yeah, Pengy can have it because he's I mean, you can't even compare Penguin to freaking Cam Young. You can't compare them. But based on the fact that Marco Penguin is going to win something big next year, I'll go with Pengy. Pengy gets it for sure, yeah, just to avoid the piss take in the future.
Dazzler?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's Marco Penge. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't be Marco Penge. He's won twice this year. Standout season on the European Tour. He's got his PGA Tour card now. I think he's trending 100% in the right direction. I'm just trying to figure out. The only thing that he didn't do this year, by the looks of things, is oh no, he did. He played India, so he's been to India. So he's got to be right up there for a positive shout as newcomer of the year. Job done.
So Cameron Young, just to put this into perspective, he was rookie of the year in 2021, 2022 on the PGA Tour. He turned pro in 2019, and he's now made the Ryder Cup team, and he's won. He won on the tour. First PGA Tour in 2025. Consistent performer, top player, even making the Ryder Cup. But we're giving it to Penguin. I mean,
but Cam Young, he didn't go to India. Cam Young, he didn't go. If he went, it would have been a different story.
I'm having Cam Young. There's no way I'm having anyone else.
Why aren't you saying? To be honest, right? You should say Rory McIlroy for newcomer of the year, shouldn't you? You've given him every other bloody award.
Yeah, Rory McIlroy and Cam Young.
Best newcomer.
Newcomer of the year award, Rory McIlroy for 2025. Well done.
And Cam Young in his 6th year on the tour. Sure.
Chew on Jen's balls. Let's go. Next one.
Right, let's for a little bit of balance here, and I'm not suggesting that you guys aren't up to speed on this, but I'll have to maybe give you a bit more information on these nominees. We're going to do best female, so we've got 3 nominees.
Rory McIlroy.
And I'm going to give you the 3 nominees, and then we'll go to Daryl first, which gives Trotty time to Google where they played their golf and did they travel outside of.
I've already got my pick. I don't need. I'm good on LPGA golf.
So we've got Gino.
Unless of course, we're going Indian Open for women, and then it might be a struggle.
Yeah. So Gino Thitical, Player of the Year, and she won the Tour Championships at the end of the year, and she is world number 1. We've got Maya Stark, won her first major, US Open, and then we got Miyu Yamashita, who won the AIG Women's Open.
No, none
Connor
of them.
Trotty, if you're up to speed.
None of them. It's got to be what they do for the game, hasn't it? And the profile and who they are.
Well, profile, then you're thinking about like a Nelly Korda there, because commercially, and you could argue that Charlie Hull as well, commercially for the game, eyeballs on the game.
They're amazing.
But yeah, no, fantastic. I do think performance-wise, though, world number 1, I think Gino is the way to go. Can't not that strong on the surname there, but I'm going to go with Gino. But I think
exactly.
commercially,
In my point, exactly. I don't think you're selling a lot of LPGA on that. You know what I mean?
yeah, but that's what I think I'm actually agreeing with your point there, Trotty. About
What was the question first? What was the actual question?
Yeah,
Well,
it was the answer, whatever it is, it's Rory McIlroy. Mate, just stick with
What was
the
the
first
actual
response.
question? No, I missed the actual question. Because if it's tournaments or what was the question?
it says this is just best female golfer, and then in brackets can be Rory McIlroy, and then we'll do another award for most impactful female. Then,
Oh,
so
okay.
best female golfer
Yeah.
goes.
Oh, yeah, that
Goal.
changes things now, doesn't it? That
Just
Well-
change things.
World number one, and she won the tour championship, and she's won the money list, so she can get it.
Sure.
All right, most impactful then.
Well, it's one of two, isn't it?
Rosie McIlroy,
It's one of two.
Rita McIlroy.
And it comes down to, like, Charlie played in that Tito's event the other day. So she put herself out there in that. They both played in that team event the other day. You could argue, again, celebrity status. There's a lot of eyes on it. Nelly Korda got engaged the other day. That has a huge impact and following and people showing interest. Nelly Korda did that. Didn't she do Sports Illustrated this year, or was that last year?
Last year, I think.
Freaking
I think it was last year.
A lot of facts in here. I'll Google it. But
Yeah,
I mean,
with strong
that
facts.
has. Then you've got Charlie Hull and Nelly Korda in the Happy Gilmore 2 film.
Yep.
Well, you ain't
So where
got
you
your
going
other
with
bird
this?
that you just mentioned in it, have you?
No, but the
2020
question was about player of the year. That's
Yeah.
So there's a,
No.
so
No.
you're right.
The question was about most impactful. The answer's Nelly Korda. 2025 for that swimsuit edition, and she's got engaged, and she's a legend, and she plays great golf. Nelly Korda.
I
And
would,
she
I
was
would,
in Happy Gilmore.
I would turn the telly on more for Charlie than I would for Nelly.
Troy's face. He's like, what?
Just would.
I'm not having that.
If there was a tournament and it was back 9 Sunday, Charlie was up there, I'm more likely to turn it on to watch Charlie Hull play. Because I think she's just a bit more explosive when she plays. She's just a bit more aggressive and a bit more gung-ho. And I think I like watching that golf. Nelly's obviously immense, steadier.
So hang on.
but-
Whoa. Why the smeg then did we come up with Scotty Scheffler's allowed to be dull and boring and hit it to the front of the green, the back quarter, and he's a strategic legend. But when Nelly Korda does it, nah, Charlie Hull. What are you doing here?
You said impactful.
You know,
You said impactful.
Different questions. I'm saying Scotty's the best player in the world, but he doesn't.
Nelly's
Yeah,
amazing.
Nelly's amazing, but I'm saying for my excitement, enjoyment, I'm more likely to watch Rory over Scotty, and I'm more likely to watch Charlie over Nelly because I like that Seve style of play where it's excitement. And you're going to see him up and down it from the ball washers, and you're going to hold putts, and they're going to miss screens. I like that excitement. I think Scotty's phenomenal the way he plays the game, and it makes him the best player. But I'm more likely to want to watch Rory, and I'm more likely to want to watch Charlie.
Are you more likely to want to watch Marco Penguin or Cam Young?
The Penguin all day.
Well, Penguin, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm backtracking on the fact.
Is that what we're going to call him from now on? Penguin. Poor lad. I mean, he's
I'm
right from
backtracking on the
Texas
fact
to
that
get himself a PJ Tour card, and we're
Poor
calling him
lad.
the Penguin.
Flipping, your boy Cam Young's been on tour for 6 years, won Rookie of the Year, and he's best newcomer.
I've just realised I put Cam Young as best newcomer. He's closer to the seniors tour than he is to his debut on the PJ Tour.
I think most impactful on the ladies' game. This is a really difficult one to answer. I've got to be honest. I think it's tough. And I personally, I'm giving it to Nelly because I think she's done a lot for the ladies' game. I think she always does. I think she's classy, and I think she's awesome. And I really like Charlie too. She's brilliant as well. But I think Charlie's like, it's coming. She's going to win a major. I hope. She's got.
I agree with you. I think I would rather watch Charlie, but I think in terms of impact on the game, I think it's Nelly.
Nelly's great. She's awesome.
I think impact in the game. Charlie Hull, Player of the Year. Gino Physical. That's what I would say. Job done. That's my response.
And that is me done. Unless there's any
You
other
did well
award
there.
you want to throw
You
up.
did well
Sorry?
there. You did well there.
Yeah, I was going to put best underperformer, but I couldn't really come up with any nominees.
A few of them, I suppose.
mean,
You're
I think-
underperforming.
I think I was going to say Brooks, but I think Brooks actually done okay in a couple of the majors.
He was injured a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Who do you think's had? I've got a question then. If we can try and rack
Well,
our
Bryson,
brains here.
best underperformer.
Has he underperformed?
Yeah.
Considering where he stayed in the game,
Justin Johnson, Patrick Reed. Where are those boys? Paul Casey.
Yeah, I think the list is
Case of the year.
too long here for that
That's
one.
the problem.
There's
It's
quite a
just
few
too long,
nominees.
yeah. Well, I tell you what we
Who do
could
you think
do.
might have
Let's
had? Go on.
Could do one last one. Podcast of the year.
Oh, Dope Stroke. Like,
We'll
hands
do
down.
Dope Stroke. We'll do Rick Shields. We'll do
Peter Finch
Foreplay.
does a nice one.
And we'll do Peter Finch. I'm giving it to Dope Stroke.
Yeah. I actually want to know the award here for me. I do feel like I need to think about it a little bit. But who has had the greatest head off of the year, golf related? There's definitely a few nominees for that, surely. I mean, obviously Tyrrell can be quite explosive, but I'm actually thinking, was it this year, the Wyndham Clark one, smashing the clubhouse?
Oh, that was
yeah.
US Open, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's head off.
Was it US Open? Yeah, that's got to be.
That was bad.
That's got to be moment of the year. Yeah.
The
I've seen a
reason
few
that
head
was
offs in my
bad,
time, but not that one.
the reason that was bad is because it was outright disrespectful. Like, I know people get funny about throwing clubs and things like that, but my whole thing with hello, I've got a phone call coming in, just a bloke we spoke about earlier. I'm not getting it. The reason,
Rory.
Rory.
The reason
Yes,
that was
Rory, I did nominate you for 9 awards. Like, you are up there in the Oscars. Let's go.
the reason that was bad is because it was disrespectful to a historic venue. And
Definitely.
like I've been in that locker room, and it's got like the mesh on the lockers has got that old feel to it too. So like, I know people get funny about golf clubs, and obviously I'm a bit numb to golf clubs based on the career I've had. I'm not as bothered if someone damages a golf club. And I know that sounds really disrespectful, but it's a very easy fix on the truck. Now, look, a driver or a putter is not so easy, but if someone snaps a 9-iron or something, it's super easy to fix, really, in the scheme of things. You just take it apart and you rebuild it. But the locker rooms at Oakmont, that would have been difficult. You've caused a lot of work for people around you. And I know he's emotional. I know he's in the moment, but you shouldn't be doing that. That's not cool.
Yeah, I agree. But I actually think that you say there he's in the moment, but I kind of disagree with that a little bit, because I think if you hit a shot, you know, wherever it may be, bad shot, and you snap your club, that's in the moment. But he's come off the 18th green, signed his scorecard, gone into the locker room, and then done it. To me, that's almost worse, because it's not premeditated, but it's not as if it's like a reaction to something. It's obviously building up and building up and building up, and then it's come out. And I just think you've got to be better at controlling yourself. I can sort of, like a Tyrrell, I can kind of excuse Tyrrell because it's in the moment, it happens, and he gets over it. But that would have been 6-7 minutes after he's finished on the 18th. For me, that just makes it worse.
Nah, it's a good point. To be fair, I've had a few head offs. But I don't generally have them 15 minutes after the episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the moment. A couple of things here, actually. So one, I've asked Tyrrell about his head offs on the golf course before, and it's quite interesting, his response. So he basically feels like he knows if he hits a shot and it's not a good shot in his mind, he actually gets sort of subtly embarrassed about it. So what he does, that's his way of kind of almost semi-telling the crowd, look, I know it was a bad shot as well, so I'm reacting like this so that you know that I also know it's a bad shot. It's almost like a slight insecurity or almost an awareness of where he is at that moment in time. What he's exceptional at is just getting to the next shot and flushing it and moving on. I think that's great about Tyrrell. But so I can kind of see his viewpoint as to why he's like that. I do find it entertaining sometimes, the self-talk when you look at him on the golf course. Head-offs less so, but the self-talk I definitely quite think he can be quite entertaining. But I also want to stay on the point of Wyndham Clark. He admitted that he took a piss in Rays Creek at Augusta this year as well. That is interesting too. So, Wyndham Clark's behavior, is he up for Bad Boy of the Year award? Like, is there something that we could do there specifically for him? Maybe. Rory obviously is not going to win that one because Trotty won't let that happen because he's too great. But, Wyndham Clark for Bad Boy of the Year, taking a piss in Rays Creek and smashing up a golf clubhouse or a locker room at a major championship. Hands down winner.
But why did he come out and say he'd done that in Rays Creek? Was that to protect the Spanish guy?
Because I thought it was the Spanish guy that actually did take a pee. It was what's his name?
There was footage of him doing it, wasn't there?
Yeah, what's his name again? Let's get his name. The live player.
Jose Ballester.
Chikara, was it?
Ballester.
Oh, Ballester, yeah.
You see, if you'd have stood there and gone to me, best newcomer of the year, Ballester or Penguin, Ballester would have had a sniff at it. But you've given me a 6-year veteran who's just made the Ryder Cup and been a hot list player to go up against Penguin. It's like, I mean, you could argue, is Penguin even that big of a newer player? I mean, he's been at this a while, surely. But whatever.
Hey,
I mean, it's your show, Bubsy, this one.
I pulled this together in 10 minutes before the show, so cut me some slack here.
So I would imagine, is Cam Young not defending, like trying to take the heat off of Ballester there?
Maybe that is why he said it. Maybe it was like, no, not Cam Young.
We're throwing Cam Young under the bus again now.
Yeah.
My view is players historically, they are very unlikely to admit to something like that if they ran the risk of getting banned from the golf club, which has happened before at Augusta, right? You get banned. So I would be surprised if he has admitted that to protect another player. But maybe I'm wrong. Been wrong before. 1988 was the last time, but I've been wrong before.
Talking of like Tyrrell and stuff, let's do one more. Let's do personality.
I'm just debating whether I want to chuck Daryl under the bus or not. Just
No,
give me a moment.
Fishing trip.
He's been wrong before. What is that? Is that wrong when I said to you, "Where's your video camera, Daryl?" And you said it was in Dixon's. We shall carry on, shall we?
Moving on.
Go on, Bubsy.
I'll just say let's do another one. Let's do personality of the year, because talking to Tyrrell, that got me thinking. So come on, who's the guy that you want to watch doing interviews? Who's the guy you want to hear speak? Who's the guy you want to watch on TV because they're giving you something more than just the golf? Tyrrell's got to be there. Surely Tyrrell's good to watch.
Yeah. Tyrrell's good. Hovland's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Charlie's
Bryson
good.
with YouTube and the way he hits it, I've got to go Bryson. Like, you know, if you're picking someone who you would go to a golf tournament and want to watch him hit it, Bryson. You probably want to hear him speak, Bryson. You want to see what they're doing in socials, Bryson. I think in terms of personality,
Rory's good.
I think Bryson's got to be up there.
Tommy's good. Rory's good. Rosie's good.
I mean, the official one every year just goes to Tiger, doesn't it? He wins that award every year just for the what's that called?
Give you a cash award. Jason Day's good. Jason Day always gives great
Jason
insight.
Day's good.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah.
Jason Day.
Yeah, I quite like it. I think Jason Day's a great shout. I like
How about Jason Day and that club swap? He's been all over the place with clubs this year. He put those Avoda irons that Bryson won the US Open with. He put in a set. He's now got a set of 3D printed ones of them in. He's just put the wedges in. Jason Day's a good shout, to be fair.
Yeah, I like that. Jason Day. I'm quite happy with that.
He's not had the game to back it up, but he is trying. He's got that lad's YouTube now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his social stuff's good. Really, it's actually quite good to watch. But probably hasn't done it on the course as much this year, is he? Although he seems to have played all right. He's been there or thereabouts. He hasn't obviously got it over the line, but
he's just not as young as these newcomers. These 6-year-in newcomers.
Yep, I'm going to go Jason Day. I just like him. There you go.
Oh, just because screw it, he's just throwing him in.
Why? You know, if you can say something in 2 words, Jason Day, right, as opposed to 50, then there you go. I'm energy saving right now for your try. So
Rahm's pretty good.
Over the 47%.
John Rahm's pretty good in the media.
Yep. Jason Day.
Right, I'm done. That's it. Any others you want to throw in the ring? Any other nominees or awards?
To be honest, I think that's it for me. Unless Troy's got one last thing,
2 more.
We can wrap up.
Best coaching swing trend of the year.
Wouldn't know. No idea.
Bubsy would. He's on it every day, looking in the mirrors down the line. We can save that for another episode if you want. You look at him; it's a can of worms. He doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah. Do you know what? There's not actually been anything this year that's been like the thing. I think there was obviously a phase of shallowing, but that was a few years ago. I think people got a bit obsessed with this kind of bowed, closed club face. But again, that might have been a couple of years ago.
Steep versus shallow chipping. That's been going on.
Yeah, I think short game has probably been the thing that's been debated a bit more this year, and it's still going on. So that's probably the one topic or trend that's been hot. There's a few people kind of going at each other and trying to pull other people into the conversation that are trying to stay out of it. So there's a bit going on there. I mean, look, as a coach, it's just you sit back at afar and watch, and it's interesting. But
best equipment moment of the year? Best
moment?
Story? Yeah, equipment story, equipment moment.
I would say...
Easy one for me, this.
I would say off the top of my head, it's got to be Rory getting his driver taken off him. That wasn't what you were thinking, was it?
No.
It wasn't.
What do you think, McD? Best image for equipment of the year?
I don't know, you know.
So you can break it down, right? It has to be a putter because that's always
It's probably,
the
I
winning.
would go JJ. Well, I was about to say JJ Spawn on the at the US Open.
Yeah,
Because I think that got that putter really recognised across the board because it's obviously a massive lab golf putter. But I would say that would be the moment for me personally.
So they
all
got
golf
an
I
image.
watch.
They got an image. I don't know if it made it into the UK magazines, but as he threw the putter in the air, they caught the putter spinning and the toe up in the air, and they were like, even when it's in midair, it's lie angle balanced, which was amazing. And then obviously the fact that the year they've had and the fact that all these other companies now have gone and made, I mean, the Spider, one of them is great, really is. And obviously Evans now in that game. I think that's got to be a big equipment moment for sure for the pros. I think for the Amis, you got to look at the sales of Seven Woods now. Like all amateurs are just getting on to Seven Woods. I know that from some of the numbers I've been able to see, and it's like they have just totally become like the new 5 wood. Everyone's on it. So they'd be the only ones I'd really look to add to the list. And then, you know, best performance at the Indian Open for sure.
Well, that's crucial.
Who won the Indian Open?
I do actually have one.
Who won the Indian Open? Was it Penguin? I'm being serious. Was it Penguin?
No.
I don't know, but it wasn't him. It definitely wasn't him.
I'm going
to check now as well. In fact, I'll tell you right now because I've got it right here, and it was Chikara. He won it. There you go, 4 under totally shot, and he won it.
Eugenio Spain. I don't even know who he is. I don't even know the course is like narrow as a mouse's ear, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's when Rory took driver out the bag, wasn't it?
Yeah, most of them do. Like 30.
That's what you were talking about. Your big moment of the year was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I do have one more quick award actually, which I think is related to innovation moment of the year, and to me, it's got to be TGL bringing together a product like that in the way that they have, you know, never been done before, powered by Full Swing. I think everything
that was
last
happened, year.
Yeah, but it was concluded this year, didn't it? And we didn't talk about these awards last year, so I'm rolling it into this year.
So Cam Young's a rookie, and you're giving awards for last year for this year?
I am. I am. Yeah.
What a piss out
this guy is. TGL. Yeah.
There's also a new award for blatant plug of the year, which goes to Darryl for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Blatant plug of the year. No, hang on a second. Blatant plug of the year is 100% Trotty. When he lists off all of these data companies week in, week out, Trotty is the name plugger of the year. I mean,
listen,
Jesus.
Lads, if you ain't got shit without data, I even went to give you an emotional answer on Rory McIlroy earlier, and you're like, no, Sky Shepherd.
Hang on. You haven't got shit without data. We got Trotty, which means we've got a lot of data because we have a lot of shit.
Listen, lads.
Right, I think that concludes today's episode. I can't handle Trotty anymore today, and I'm sure Bubs feels much the same. The only people that are aligned on this actual podcast show are me and Bubs. Anyway.
So, we need to get in the description down below, Dean Wilson's social media accounts. Let's do that. There's a plug.
Plug.
We'll put the link to TGL for next year. We'll put a link to Cam Young's bio because he's a rookie, apparently, even though he's a 6-year veteran. And overall winner, I think, has to go to Rory McIlroy. He won everything, didn't he? Everything.
Except for India. He didn't win India. No. Sorry about that.
So tell these faithful listeners and me nan who tunes in, when are we coming back?
Right, we're coming back in the new year. New episodes likely to be out, I want to say, around about the 6th of January as we start to heat up for everything that's going to be happening in January. Dubai's Desert Swing, that'll be kind of the starting point on this side of the pond. Orlando PGA show as well. The 3 of us will be there, actually.
That's where I was going. 3 of us will be at the PGA show.
Sharing a house. That's the 3 of us. We're in a house. We've got Trotty in the box room.
I think we may even podcast every night there. Shall we?
I think we should.
Challenge?
I think we should. I think we should definitely
podcast every night from the PGA show. Yeah.
Do you reckon you can bring your microphone and a camera, Trotty?
Maybe. I had I know we had a couple of applicants to the job I put out in the last episode.
A couple? Mate, it's like clubbing seals. The inbox just keeps pinging away.
You only sent me a couple of them. I had Marco Penguin.
Like, I want to work with Trotty. I think he's amazing. I go, yeah, if you only knew.
Penguin put in for a flipping US visa request. I saw. I was like, hello.
Yeah, he's looking for a
Benji.
sponsor. He said, any chance Trotty could sponsor me?
So he applied. Anyway, we'll bring it to
applied.
the PGA show, won't we? We'll have
PGA show will be a big one. We'll go big for the PGA show for everybody that's listening to this this podcast show. We will be back early doors in the new year, but until then, have a great festive season. And from all of us at Dope Stroke, see you next year.